Have you ever pondered whether time travel could become a reality? This question has been a staple of science fiction for decades, captivating our imaginations and pushing the boundaries of our understanding. Time travel, the idea of moving between different points in time similar to the way we move through space, has always been a fascination for many. It's a concept that towers over the landscape of our creative and intellectual pursuits. From H.G. Wells' The Time Machine to the adventures of Doctor Who, time travel has been a prevalent theme in literature, film, and television. But it's not just fiction. Even in the realm of physics, the theoretical possibility of time travel exists. Einstein's theory of relativity, for instance, suggests the potential for time dilation and wormholes, which could, in theory, allow for time travel. However, time travel does not come without its paradoxes and dilemmas. Imagine a scenario where an object or information sent back in time becomes trapped within an infinite cause-effect loop. This is known as the bootstrap paradox. Let's take a simple example to understand this. Consider a young writer struggling for inspiration. One day, she receives a mysterious book in the mail with no return address. The book is brilliant, exactly the type of story she wished to write. Inspired by the book, she goes on to become a successful author. Years later, she decides to send her most famous book to her younger self. That book is the very same one she received in the mail all those years ago. So who wrote the book? This is the essence of the bootstrap paradox, named after the idiom pulling oneself up by one's bootstraps, an impossible scenario where an object or piece of information has no discernible point of creation. It simply exists in an eternal cyclic loop of cause and effect. This paradox challenges our conventional understanding of time and causality. We're used to events happening in sequence, cause first, then effect. But in this loop, the cause-effect relationship is twisted into a circle. The book's existence is its own cause as well as its own effect. Now, if we apply the laws of physics, it becomes even more perplexing. According to the law of conservation of energy, energy can neither be created nor destroyed, only transformed. But if the book has no point of creation or destruction, isn't it violating this law? Or does the law only apply in our linear perception of time? The bootstrap paradox is a conundrum that has been used in many science fiction stories to explore the complexities and contradictions of time travel. It's a concept that forces us to question our understanding of time, causality, and the universe itself. It's a mind-bending concept, isn't it? But that's just the tip of the time travel paradox iceberg. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more mind-bending content. What if you traveled back in time and prevented your grandparents from meeting? This is the crux of the grandfather paradox, a thought experiment that has puzzled scientists and philosophers alike. It's a paradox that tugs at the fabric of our understanding of time and existence. The grandfather paradox goes something like this. Suppose you invent a time machine. You decide to travel back in time, say 70 years or so, and you encounter your young, spry grandfather. Here's where things get tricky. What if you prevent your grandparents from meeting each other? If they don't meet, they don't have your parent, and consequently, you were never born. But wait, if you were never born, then how could you have traveled back in time to prevent your grandparents from meeting? And if you didn't prevent them from meeting, then you would be born and could travel back in time? It's a never-ending loop, a paradox. But is there a way out of this paradox? Some believe the answer lies in the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics, which suggests the existence of parallel universes. When you travel back in time and change something, you're not really changing your past, but creating an entirely new universe where a different version of you exists. Another possible solution is quantum superposition, a principle where particles can exist in multiple states at once until observed. Maybe, as a time traveler, you exist in a superposition, both having and not having prevented your grandparents from meeting, until the moment you return to your time and observe the result. Regardless of the solution, the grandfather paradox presents a captivating conundrum. It challenges our perception of cause and effect, of action and consequence. It questions the very nature of our existence and the linear progression of time. The grandfather paradox, like many time travel paradoxes, isn't just about the mechanics of time travel, it's about the mysteries of existence, the enigma of time, and the intricacies of our universe. It's a fascinating paradox that truly tests our understanding of reality. Even the smallest action in the past could drastically change the future. This is known as the butterfly effect. Picture this. You're a time traveler, and you decide to journey back to the Jurassic era. You're careful not to step on a single insect, but a leaf crunches beneath your foot. This tiny action might seem insignificant, but let's consider the potential ripple effect. Maybe that leaf was destined to be part of a dinosaur's meal. Its absence could cause this dinosaur to search elsewhere for food, altering its path and changing the course of its life. This could lead to a completely different chain of dinosaur descendants. Fast forward to the present, and it's possible that entire species may have evolved differently or not at all. This is the essence of the butterfly effect. Small changes can have massive, unforeseen consequences, making the past a dangerous place for time travelers. So the tiniest flap of a butterfly's wings could create a hurricane in the future. Metaphorically speaking, of course. Beyond the paradoxes, time travel also poses serious ethical dilemmas. Consider the weighty responsibility that comes with altering past events. Would it be right to change the course of history, even if it were for the better? Who gets to decide what's better, anyway? And let's not forget the potential misuse of time travel. Imagine the mayhem if it fell into the wrong hands. Individuals with ill intentions could manipulate timelines for personal gain or to cause harm. Finally, we must contemplate the moral implications of changing the future. If we know what's coming, is it our duty to intervene? Or should we let events unfold naturally, accepting that the future is uncertain and always in flux? As we can see, time travel isn't just a simple jaunt to the past or future. It's a complex web of ethical quandaries. So, while time travel might seem like an exciting prospect, it's a Pandora's box of paradoxes and ethical dilemmas. As we journey through the complexities of time travel, we find ourselves entangled in its paradoxes and ethical dilemmas. It's a fascinating, albeit perplexing exploration of what could be. But remember, while we're captivated by its allure, we must also consider its potential consequences. Time travel is not just a thrilling concept, it's a Pandora's box that, once opened, could alter our reality in unimaginable ways. If you enjoyed this mind-bending journey through time travel paradoxes and dilemmas, don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more thought-provoking content like this.